The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or.
Check tight end, check tight.
Check it up.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. He was so vital in their wild card win a week ago. 8 catches in that game. This is his first one in this affair. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck. Now they go screen. It's complete. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
70, Indy. Come on. Hey, Delta. Snap.
From the gun on third down, Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Now we give right side. It's Scott. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Let's go.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Lock to throw on 2nd down. Left side complete. Safarian Jenkins. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Sit up. Get it.
Locke working out of the gun. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try the draw, Lindsey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, high 7.
Focus, defense, focus.
Mike, 53. Ready?
On 2nd and 9. Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Stop your running.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Gets it off to Freeman. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
At the Colts' 32-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Charlie. 5.
Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll find Lindsey here.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Ready, now.
From the gun, it's Locke. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Locke. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 4 catches for him in the wild card win a week ago, and he's got his first here, and it's a 1st down.
Check it back, check it back.
On 1st and 10, Locke. Throw left side, complete to Scott. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Now Rashad Penny. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Throwing his line. Caught left side by Hilton. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
It's out of time. Shoot! Kill!
Now Scott. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Mike's 47.
Throwing on 3rd down. Locke. Complete to Hilton. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So no surprise if Vinatieri able to convert there. He is, of course, the owner of the NFL record for most postseason field goals.
Hard to believe he was undrafted coming out of college. And now here he is into his 40s, and he's still one of the best kickers around.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some.
Hey, exit.
Here we go.
Block now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Locke to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Penny on the counter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They'll fake it. Now Locke. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? A shotgun snap for Locke. And he's able to find Diggs. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A throw by Luck complete to his tight end, Ebron.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, Locke. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt 1st down. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Luck. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively. But into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. After the interception, it's long. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. This will be caught inside the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
47's the mic. 47's
11Z. Hey, Alpha.
Luck now to throw. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. The final shot before the break. Luck. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Vinatieri's kick is good. So it's on to halftime of this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack it.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on second and 10.
I'm going to come back to you.
Block again here on second and 10. And that's caught inside the 35. 33 yards that time. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third and long, it's Locke. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give him much better starting position. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. On first down, Love. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Derek Wolfe in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a give, right side. Scott. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Let's go.
Third and long, it's Love. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Hey, Zoo.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Doyle. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Off of play action. Love. And he finds a man with a crossing route. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now it's Penny. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And they'll run it again with Penny. And an alley to run. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andrew Luck, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Now Luck. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out, and he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Yeah. Meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Third down and 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Flacco looking for his first toss. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it. Rolling the dice on fourth. Flacco. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Once more, it's Flacco. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd and goal, Flacco. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Love. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Penny. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw is left. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Given 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half?
This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time. Flacco to Smith. 58 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Flacco. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Flacco now on 4th. And that is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Luck. Incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Penny. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Danico Autry forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50.
from the gun. Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Justin Houston picks up his second sack of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Passing play. Flacco. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert.